As you gaze upwards at the monstrosity above you, the orb in your chest seems to pulse like a dark second heart.
What are you waiting for?
The site of power, the site of domination.
Looks like that crown could use some nether stones. If these things were ever going to work, it's now. Gods! I didn't think they were real. Not really.
I know you. I know everything about you. Your thoughts, your feelings, your weaknesses. And so do they.
fucking fine. Let's turn someone inside out.
So much for the Emperor.
Outmaneuver them.
Impero Divino! Inveniam Via! Impero. Impero. It's Aladdin.
Go. Get to the crown and cast a spell to dominate the brain. I can hold them here.
The lance board is set. With finesse.
Sure it does. Let's do it.
You feel it. A sudden shift. The brain is weakening. Its grasp of itself slipping. This is your chance. Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. The chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
Wretched thing. Time to die. Invenium beam. What in all the sweet hells are you doing?
In my name.
Power courses through you, to be wielded not in Shah's name or Saluna's, but in yours alone.
It's yours, soldier. Ultimate power. What will you do?
You have come so far. Once you feared Ceramorphosis, but no more. It has granted you ultimate power, and now ushers your dreams towards reality. But such power has a price, and yours are not the only dreams. You feel compelled to follow the will of the Illithid hive mind, to enact the grand design. Your willpower prevails. You remain in control. If the grand design is to unfold, it shall only do so at your command. But it is not the only choice that tempts you. You could easily rule through fear, but just as easily through love. Through contentment. Through sheer mindless bliss. All thanks to you, Savior of the world. You have come so far. Once you feared Ceramorphosis, but no more. nightmares and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn lipids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity. Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
We did it! We actually did it! And the city's still standing?
My powers, they're draining. Just like Mazora said they would. A small price to pay in the grand scheme of things.
We're free of that stupid parasite! And I'm free to enjoy all the power Cazador left me. And here I was, worried I'd become some grotesque, deformed beast. I would say no offense meant, but, well, look at you. Really? Good gods.
I will ensure that all Githyanki know your name and your sacrifice. What you have done today will start a fire that rages across the astral plane. With their lost prince returned, my people will burn away Vlaakith's corruption. And it is all thanks to you. The Illithid who defied a Netherbrain. They have endured an age of darkness and tyranny, though most did not know it. When my war against Vlaakith is done, everything will change. My people are leaving, and I must leave with them. Come, Lae'zel. We will free the Githyanki and dismantle the Empire. Let them be imprisoned no longer.
It will be done. I will never be free while my people are still bound by Vlaakith's chains. Your will is strong, Rastil. Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called Mlagir, Liberator. Orpheus, I am ready.
Culas! Cuthas! Farewell, Gestil, my liberator.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city, smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt. You are a mind flayer, the very thing you sought to eradicate. Whatever self you possess is quickly ebbing away. Your friends and enemies alike are ripe for manipulation. And if not manipulation, then consumption. Soon you will not be able to trust yourself at all. You will be a monstrosity beyond redemption. Or not. Perhaps you are unique among Illithid kind. Perhaps you will retain enough of who you are to resist your nature. A rogue mind flayer. Like the Emperor, the risk is certainly yours to take. Will you? Your fate will be what you make of it. Now you are your own master.
What comes now? I cannot remember the last time we did not have a grand purpose to work towards.
Then you must answer. But far more deadly terrain awaits me here. Home.
There was always going to be a moment when your sacrifice caught up with you. A threshold beyond which you would have to venture alone. This is that moment. You are a mind flayer, after all. You will have the rest of your long years ahead to understand what that means. Meanwhile, your allies have rather inferior plans of their own.
Many died so that we could see this day. They deserve to be honored. But first, we revel and rest.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you. Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do? So are you, my friend, my companion. I adore you. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? I wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw... Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
No, stop. I won't allow this. Karlach, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus. We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
You can't. I thought I knew. I thought I knew. But you... All right. All right. But we have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
The Netherbrain is defeated. Faerun is saved. But where you should feel peace within, there is only anticipation. For the new day holds the promise of something greater still. The crown is in the depths of the Chiontha, waiting for your summons. You have the means to reforge it, and revive the power of Netheril anew. The Karsite weave palpates within you, stirred by the very prospect. Once the crown is restored, you could return it to Mystra, fulfilling her wishes, and ridding the mortal world of such temptation. Or you could take control of it for yourself, and become a god. One way or another, you will have to reckon with your god. It's time to speak to Mystra.
So, Gale of Waterdeep, you have become the inheritor of Karsus's powers at last. Tell me, what do you intend to do with them? Ambition. A fitting domain. For that is the only thing you will have to offer your worshippers. Know this. The Weave will never answer to you. Set your ambition to that purpose, and you will feel the wrath of a true god. One worthy of the name.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid Empire, no Death God's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldurs Gate.
Well, soldier, here we are. It worked. My engines calmed down. I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zara's going to come at us with everything she's got. Gods, like clockwork. They'll be on us soon, but there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these. But then, there was you. Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out, just get rid of them. And don't forget, you asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
Time has passed since you claimed your godhood, but you cannot say how much. A day, a month, a year, a century? You measure time in eons and eternities, and space is a matter of infinities overlapping impossibly in the dreams of the divine. But the bonds of friendship and heroism still have meaning, and they are truly without limit. That is why you must return once more to Faerun, to be with those who stood alongside you when the Netherbrain fell, to be among mortals once more, the best of their kind. Perhaps they can tell you how much time has passed since the last time you were together.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
I cannot remember the last time I heard the ballad of the endless springtime. Now there's a ditty worthy of a niece.
Good to meet again.
Withers has laid out quite a spread of food, for one comprising mostly of bone.
Psionic projection.
Perhaps he wishes to live vicariously through the attendees' appetite.
A god stoops to walk among us. For 2 months, Orpheus trained me in the ways of the comet. For 2 more, I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. I never imagined we'd be standing toe-to-toe on this day, in this place. Nothing but allies, I always told myself. A necessary partnership. But in spite of every strained word, every barbed glance, seeing you brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head. It's nice to hear it. It has taken all of Orpheus's efforts to conjure my projection, and all of mine to convince him to let me come. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Faerun. We've spilled blood, gained a foothold in the astral, but still
Now the
we need
revelry can truly
allies.
begin.
And one beyond reckoning has made itself known. Zerith Minyaragith. Not a what, but a who. The immortal god king of the Githzerai. An exiled people. Once king with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Algish sent word of the rebellion to Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance. I was as surprised as anyone when Orpheus spoke the order. My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces.
There you are.
My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm. Soon, when the comet has risen, when the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust, I miss this place. More to the point, I miss you. I wouldn't even deny it with Vlaakith's vorpal blade at my neck. Though, I'd rather it not come to that. Now go, mingle a bit. That's the word, right? Mingle. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away.
Just to see what the rest are up to.
Beautiful night.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. With this, you mad bastard! You brought me back! Soldier. It's really you. I've missed you, Gale. Or should I say, Your Holiness. Can't believe you really did it. Ascended. Wouldn't have picked that for you myself, but at least you look good. I don't even want to know what I look like. It's been hard in the Hells. As expected. Oh, but hey, guess what I found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Avernus. You haven't seen the last of old Karlach yet, soldier. Pray to you, huh? I'll consider that. I'd offered to look you up once I'm out, but something tells me you'll be hard to reach. I guess this is goodbye, Gale Dekarios. Until we meet again, if we do.
Seeing that face.
Look at this place.
Gang is here. Wish I'd had time to polish up the horns.
Ah, it smells so good here.
Perhaps I should stretch my wings again. Who knows what people are gossiping about? Well, look who it is. So, you really did it. You became a god. It almost makes my ascension look trivial. You must love it. All that power at your fingertips, all those followers worshipping you. I am a little surprised you came. I thought this plane would bore a god. All these petty mortals and their mayfly lives. But I suppose we should be grateful you blessed us with your presence. Oh, praise be. Of course. I've tried to taste everything this world has to offer. It has been a joy. I've been rediscovering what it means to be alive. More or less. Cazador's mansion has become my palace, and played host to every kind of banquet and soiree and masquerade imaginable. And of course, has seen its fair share of hedonism, clandestine deals, and the occasional disappearance. Whatever it takes to build up my influence over those who matter. I'm spinning my web. Power grows slowly, but I have nothing but time now. Rather wonderfully, actually. I've been making all sorts of new friends. They're the kind of friends that would see me burn the first chance they get. But that's all in the nature of the game, isn't it? But the important thing is I am doing wonderfully. Finally having a life that's worth living. And who knows what's next? There's an entire world out there, ready for the taking. You see, this is why I always liked you. You can see the big picture. What needs to be done. I did miss you, you know. There is a sense of loneliness that comes with power. We did share a wonderful adventure, you and I. A pity to see it end in some ways. But we have great new lives stretching out before us. And great new adventures to go on. I will never forget the time we spent together, though. And I know you'll never forget me. Until next time, darling.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
Busy as ever.
Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every major publishing house on the Sword Coast has been vying for my upcoming book on the subject of our adventures together. I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think? I knew you would. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to,
and I'd love to listen in.
He snaps the air and wiggles. He's either miming fighting a many-limbed creature or dancing. It's unclear. He is, however, exhausted. He's had plenty of adventures without you. The joy in the owlbear's eyes is clear. He longs for a home and would love to stay with Shadowheart.
Wish I'd had time to polish up the horns.
There's something strange in your old friend's mouth. What is it? A familiar invitation. He wants you to throw the object he's dropped. But it isn't a ball. It's the astral prism. Scratch barks merrily in something like agreement. He whines. Let's talk. More throw.
Hello.
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. Ah, how nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers, all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers, same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon, same cisterns overflowing, huh? Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three, but nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again. There is still much to do. People to house. A Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you. Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
I can eat a beholder. What's cooking?
You see, Boo? I told you.
God, I smell like a 70-year-old cinder. Withers yanked me from Avernus with my blade halfway through a Cambion's belly without so much as a chance at washing up. Well, never mind that. By the stars' light and the moon's glow, it's so good to see you. And you look every bit the god that you are. No time or inclination to get your divine hands dirty in battle, I wager. What different lives we've come to lead. Me, I'm bound to the Hell Hunt. The demons I've disintegrated, the devilkin I've bled, the stories I could tell. I don't suppose you'd indulge me. Yes, but just the one, or I'll be yammering all night. You want to hear about the Amnitsu at the Styx, the three-tusked Orthon, or the invading Goristroy? Word travels fast when a devil crosses the Delembir Vale near Daggerford. It had traveled a hell rift to a long-forsaken shrine. Luckily, the trail it scorched into the frontiers was hard to miss. It led to an isle of cracked rock in Avernus, floating amid a molten sea. The Orthon stood heaving, breath like brimstone and ash. And then it charged, splitting the ground with every thud so fast it left a trail of smoke. I could barely nick it, not with a blade, not with an arrow. It was the War Devil's weight that proved its own undoing. The third charge it made, I struck the rock with hail of thorns. The ground split apart the moment the beast stomped onto it. The Orthon slowly sunk, howling into the magma beneath. I let two of its tusks sink with it. The third, I sliced free and presented to the first Duke of Daggerford, a rare trophy to grace his walls. She's kept herself hidden, the wily arsehole that she is. But turns out, there's a way I could find her. I'm in contact with a diabolist out in Kalimshan, an expert on devils and their infernal tricks. And she's got some thoughts about my old sending stone of an eye. If my patron could use it to track me, we might be able to track her. Or so the theory goes. We meet in a 10-day. If the diabolist's right, the eye could lead me right to Mazora. It's past time her old pet gets to sink in his fangs. I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side. I won't lie. Losing the Eldritch Blasts and the Hexes took some getting used to. Nothing but void, where once there was hellfire. So I stoked new fires in myself, using the lessons my father once taught me. The Blade of Avernus is a ranger, a hunter of the most hellish prey. Go on, the night or waste a single drop.
Look at this.
Boo! We are not dreaming. It is our old friend. Oh, and it is good to be seen.
Oh, after so many days down in the dark, Minsk began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed himself to be large and bulksome. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell. Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover. Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jahira is occupied with harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no? In ample time indeed. So long as the Bone Mage returns us to our cell by dawn, Boo would not be late to the bloodshed. But leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales. How have you filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky? And yet, you still make it sound so boring. Truly, God Gale, Minsk is glad to see you have not changed one bit. But I ask, should Boo send you prayers? Answer not, for his ambitions to be realized. The world is not ready for such things. There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go, and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo, though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice. You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little. Milil. Though if the lack of song prayers is anything to go by, that name carries less weight than it used to.
Musical prayers were once offered to Milil, Lord of Song, a minor deity whose worship faded after offending the trickster god Cyric.
I'm washed up, I'm afraid. You know.
You're bloody right. It is an honor. Finally. The scribe picks an adventurer of substance, of culture.
What can I do you for?
Your wish is my... etc. What song do you want?
Fantastic idea. It'll suit the whole affair perfectly. You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more. It is one that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can. True. And who's... Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you... In that case, our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful. It is, truly. Though we welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Nat, you are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than... They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation as I am all ears.
By the living
Though
gods,
I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
But the forest is rather good for a get-together.
You are truly incapable of disappointing. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They are... To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned. On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is art. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence. I spend... As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, as did I. Amazing. Before you go, I have something for you. Just a... Ducks are my favorite, but... Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves, just a token to remember me by. Now...
How lovely to see the others doing well, as long as they're not doing too good. Wither certainly knows his wine. Or resurrected an excellent sommelier.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldurs Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? If thou could only see the paths of fate untaken, Thy mind would surely break. Be glad of thy chosen path. It is, after all, thine. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much. What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you. There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals. I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.